I want to switch gears a little bit because I'm not sure how familiar the artists are, the audience is with kind of each of your works and kind of your history and your kind of artistic trajectory. So switching gears from actually the exhibition, just to get a little bit personal, I just kind of wanted to have each of you a little bit talk about a little bit of where kind of you're from, kind of what some of your kind of, because I know who you are. I've looked at your work and I've looked at your artist statements and everything, but I just wanted to kind of get a little bit of background from you guys, kind of a little bit like a 2 cents kind of biography, and sometimes of where your head is at in general with your work about. Like I know, for example, like Phoenix, you kind of talk about the idea you approach a lot of your art with an anthropological lens. Kind of looking at how you can really kind of break it down historically, and really look at kind of Black history, and then with Eric growing up in New Orleans, studying in France. And kind of, I know you lived there for a long time, and then, you being from New York, you studied in Vermont, you do a lot with pop culture. So if you could just kind of give a little bit, that way the audience just has a little bit of a background on you guys, other than you guys being fantastic artists.
Maybe. Just go like that.
We'll go back this way.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of keep rotating that way. Yeah, I just thought it would be nice for the audience to kind of just get to know a little bit about who you are. Just as a person, as an artist, what things pop into your head on a day. Give me one interesting fact you thought about today.
I don't know about that one. But yeah, I'm from New York. I was born and raised in Queens. I live in Harlem now. And I work mostly in video. I perform in a lot of my videos. So my work is about, I worked mostly in collage before I did video, and I was using a lot of images of pop artists and really looking at a lot of the issues of how race and gender are represented. And when I was in grad school, I had an advisor that kept saying, let the content dictate the form. Just don't get married to a specific form. Think about the content that you're trying to convey first. And so thinking about that, that's what led me to go more into video. And my background is in dance and in performance poetry, so I've been performing for a long time. And so I started to perform in some of the videos, and then I started mainly performing in the videos because it's just easier to work with myself than with other people. Like other people would like flake out last minute or not show up.
You're gonna show up.
Right, I'm there all the time. So I know I'm gonna do it. So that's basically why it happened that way. But I also, it's just easier for me to convey my own ideas myself. And I also, at first I was working with another editor, and over the last year I've started editing my own work. And just the more control I have over every aspect of it myself is much easier for me to just, from start to finish, know that my concept is going to come out the way that I have it in my mind. So, yes,
and she actually just finished a residency at EAR Gallery,
right.
She had an incredible set of video pieces there. I wish it'd still been on, otherwise I'd been like, go see that show too.
Oh, right, for that show, I did a video installation. Every day of 2009, I videotaped myself. I did video diaries mostly at the end of the day, and I also did some documentation of my day with a video camera. And then I created a 4-channel installation where I edited down. At the end, I had like 92 hours of footage because I was recording myself every day, and I edited
How long
it
do you
down.
record yourself every day?
It was a difference. I'm saying that was the one thing I should have done, is like put a time limit on myself. Because some days I would just talk for like 15 minutes or so, and then other days it would be really short. So I had a lot to condense, and in the end it was like 8 hours of footage, and I had 4 monitors, and I edited it. I hate the word edited. I edited it into the 4 quarters of the year. So it was like each quarter of the year was one of the monitors, and so that was the exhibit that Kim's talking about that just closed at AIR Gallery.
Thank you.
You have 3 seats right there. Oh, you can sit right there.
You can sit there?
Oh, okay. You can sit. Just reach out a little bit. No problem. You just came in, we're just hearing a little bit of bio background on the artist.
usually don't put them on stretchers. And I use really heavy canvas.
It's a heavy piece of
It's a heavy piece. And on oils, maybe with some mixed medium. I started doing that a long time ago, I guess when I was still in art school in France, I guess, because I'd always had a problem with the stretcher, the idea of the stretcher. I knew a lot of painters at that time, whether they were teaching or just fellow students who were working on the wall with that canvas. And then after, in some form, they would put it on the stretcher. And that caused various problems with composition and, how you see a piece. You see a piece on the wall and you execute it that way, and then to take it from there, put it on the stretcher, and a whole other thing. So sometimes they would even start to rework it while on the stretcher, which is great. That's better than, I would think that's better than doing it the other way. Part of the reason that we all ended up working on the wall was because we were interested in working in a very physical way with the canvas. So you might take a wire brush to lift paint or something off. When it's on the stretcher, it doesn't work. And on large pieces on the stretcher, you can end up going right through the canvas and tearing it, and that happens too. So you ended up, figuring out a way. And then of course there were painters of that time who were already working freehanging, like Leon Gallup, one who influenced my work as far as freehanging. That's really about it. So that's why I started doing that. I'm from New Orleans, born and raised, and then I went to school in France for art school. And when I work, I usually start off with some sort of idea, and then I look at how that idea might work with the materials to produce it. Anything from as simple as cotton is what canvas is made of, and then the idea of cotton, the idea of it in itself, as well as the idea throughout history, what cotton means. I'm obviously growing up in the South. So, and then oils, and then about the oil thing, we'll have to go into that. And how you put a piece together, and the politics and the history behind even the very materials. So between the idea and the materials is how I work. That's how